light is fading, fast. As we think of going to sleep, the sky reveals other worlds that are just waking up. As night falls, the darkness shrouds our vision. All we are left with are unfamiliar sounds. I walk, guided only by moonlight. The pressures of the day disperse, and I am left alone to contemplate the heavens. My name is Tom Marsh. I've been making photography work now for the last 10 years, and I've been teaching for the last 7. Over that period of time, I've become known as the flat-capped photographer. The sunset. It's one of the most photographed natural events across the whole world. And why shouldn't it be? It's absolutely stunning. But that's not what I'm here to photograph this evening. Because when the light and colour has faded from the sky and all the other photographers have packed up and gone home, for me, what comes after is just as, if not even more majestic. For this video, I've come to Rawdon Billing. It's about 6 miles from the city centre of Leeds and just over the hill from Leeds Bradford Airport. Out of all the places that I'm visiting as part of this video series, it has to be the most special. Not because of the landscape views or any specific subject, but it just happens to be about 10 minutes walk from my front door. And over the years, it's become my sanctuary. It's where I come to escape the multi-sensory, sociable world I inhabit. I'll never forget the first time that I came up here in the dark. It was an extremely liberating experience. I didn't have a torch with me or any form of light. It was just relying on the ambient light of the airport just behind me and the towns and villages in the valley below. And in that moment when I crossed the threshold between town and countryside, I just felt something wash away from me. It was, as I say, extremely liberating, and I just felt free when I came up here. It wasn't long after that I started bringing my camera up here after dark. I'd seen a lot of photographs of after dark photographs in towns and cities, but not very many in terms of landscape, so I was wondering what the results would be like. But when I saw the results, I was absolutely amazed, and that's what I've come up here this evening to share with you, because I would like to show you how to take landscape nighttime photographs in the place where it all started for me. The light has really dropped now, and so has the temperature. My hands are getting quite cold. When it comes to nighttime photography, there are a few things to think about when we're setting up. First of all, you need the stability of a tripod. Anything less than that, you're not going to get the photographs that you would like. Secondly, image stabilization. Make sure that is switched off. If you're using a tripod during the day or at night time, it's always best to have that switched off, because it will keep searching and it can result in unsharp, blurry images if it's left on. The next thing I usually think about is my aperture setting. This evening I've been using a setting of f8, which is about right for the amount of light that I've got available. If you're in a city or town setting, then f11 would probably be about spot on. It just depends on how much ambient light there is around. Obviously, with a wider aperture setting, you're letting more ambient light in over a shorter period of time. With that, we can think about focusing. It's always best to flick your lens to manual focus, because autofocus simply won't work after dark. So manual focus is always the best way to go. and focusing manually to infinity. Sometimes it's best to go to your location during the day so you can set that setting manually and be able to see what you're going to get in focus. If you're not that prepared, then taking a torch with you and shining on something close by and then focusing beyond it is also a good way to go. If you're really mathematical, which I'm really not, you can use what we know as the hyperfocal distance. I won't go into any detail in that on this video because quite frankly it's beyond my mathematical capabilities. After we've sorted all that out, we can think about our ISO. It depends on your camera's ability. Some cameras are brilliant at low ISOs, giving you a lot of detail without much noise. Other cameras are great at high ISOs, giving you very little noise but great sensitivity. With my camera, I've been going at about ISO 100 for this evening. Then comes the important part, our shutter speed. This dictates how long we are going to expose our photographs for. Now, there are great apps out there that you can download on your phone that will tell you if you have got your aperture set on this and your ISO set on that, then this is the amount of time you need to expose the photograph for. Personally, again, I'm saying I'm not very mathematical. I like to do a bit of trial and error. I love the atmosphere out here. I've got as much time as I need. Therefore, I can take a few test shots at maybe a higher ISO and then use that to work out my effective, perfect exposure. One of the most important things about nighttime photography is taking your time, not rushing things. In a landscape setting, it's all about long exposures. This evening I've been making photographs of 5, sometimes 10 minutes at lower ISO levels. And those are 5 or 10 minutes that you're never going to get back, but yet you still have that photograph frame to remind you of what you went through during those 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes and listen to the ambient sounds around me. Here on the Billing, we often get the hoots of tawny owls echoing through the trees. I'll always look up to the sky, and if it's a clear, still evening like it is this evening, then I'll just see a blanket of stars and a glowing moon. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more and follow me on my journey around places that inspire me, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Flat-Capped Photographer. You can also go to theflatcappedphotographer.co.uk where you'll find my workshops, portfolios and more useful information. And you can also follow me on social media on Instagram and Facebook at flatcappedphoto. I'm going to leave you now with a few of my photographs that I've taken this evening. I hope this has inspired you to go out after dark yourself and see what you can discover in your own local landscape. I look forward to seeing you at another inspirational location very soon. But for now, thank you very much for watching.